Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builder Supply, and this video is to bring you a closer look at the Donjo number 1513 CP. This is a chrome-plated hinge pin doorstop is what this is. This is a very simple device that will allow you to set a hard dead stop on a door utilizing the hinge's own hinge pin is what it is. It is comprised of three components. The lower portion, you've got a bushing that's here. You might install that down below should you need it. Then an upper portion. And they're just gears or teeth. They're just going to set or nest into each other so that you can set the proper degree. So you can see that, well, actually, there's an image below this video showing the installation instructions that will allow us to take a closer look at the device. So in the top hinge pin, remove the old hinge pin and insert the hinge pin down through what's called the door saver, properly called. The female portion is cam A, the lower bottom portion is cam B. Adjust the top cam until the door opens to the desired angle, rotating the top cam as shown in figure 3B, and that's what you do. They don't really mention where to put that bushing, but the bushing is going to allow you may need it, you may not need it, and the diameter of the pin is going to determine that. So the inside diameter of the cam, and this will be related to how thick your hinge pin can be, .370. So that has an inside dimension of .370. So you're going to be able to get a very large hinge pin down through that. The inside diameter of the bushing, which is going to close it up obviously, is .313. .313 is the ID of the bushing. So I would probably be apt to insert that in the bottom, but there really isn't any hard and fast rules on where to place that. I'd probably put it in the bottom just so that it wasn't scraping against the hinge leaf itself. So what will happen is when you set this to a specific degree, the door will obviously rotate to the point where one leaf is going to make contact with the back side of the hinge, then the other leaf is going to make contact with the opposite side of that hinge. And at a certain point, depending on where those are set, you can accomplish that quite large degree of opening or something small, because it will rotate until both points make contact with the back side of that hinge leaf, which are somewhat demonstrated in the figures that are there. And you'll get the principle when you pull your top hinge pin out. And it doesn't have to be the top, but generally they are. You know, frankly, if it was me, I would not put this in the top hinge pin. I'd probably put it in the bottom hinge pin, because the top hinge is carrying 70% of the weight of the door below it. And having the hinge pin sticking out of the hinge, you know, by 0.4 inch, you know, probably isn't an issue whatsoever. However, since the bottom hinge is doing the least work already, I'd probably put it down there. Is probably where I would put it. But this is likely on a hollow core door, where there's not going to be an excessive amount of potential for abuse, hitting something, the kind of unintentional heavy use that might cause damage. You're going to bend the hinge leaves, stressing the screws, maybe tearing them out. So you're going to use this where you don't expect any sort of abusive application. You just want the door to stop before the knob hits the edge of the counter, kind of thing. So that's where you'll use it. And in those scenarios with a light door where you don't really have a potential for any unintentional heavy use, Doesn't really matter where you install it, top or bottom. Okay, this is the hinge pin stop. Now they do make others that incorporate a hinge pin. There are other types of hinge pin door stops made by Danjo and other companies. There is a link below this video to the manufacturer's page within our website where you can review not only all of the Danjo products that we sell, but also a link to the manufacturer's website, as well as a link to the full product catalog. But not only the full product catalog, but all of the sub-product catalogs that are there as well. And the 1513 is, let's find out which section that is in. I've taken a look and I can't seem to locate in a current catalog where the 1513 resides. Although there is a link to those installation instructions below this video, so hopefully that will suffice. They also have their 1512. I had mentioned earlier they have other types of hinge pin door stops, and the 1512 is a model of theirs that is the identical principle, except that it incorporates the entire pin itself. So if you want to simply remove your entire pin and then use an item that incorporates both, you're in good shape. Can't really make an argument for either. This is the 1513 is, well, interestingly enough, it's hardly no difference in cost. So it's practically the same price with or without this. Although you might want your existing hinge pin if it is the type that has a decorative tip to it, meaning it's not the type that will thread in. That would be where you'd want to retain your old hinge pin. Finally, there's a link below this video I'd mentioned earlier to the manufacturer's page within our website, where you can pull up not only all of the Danjo products that we sell, but also a link to the manufacturer's full-line catalog. There's several lesser sub-catalogs. Danjo is a good company in terms of customer service, prompt, reliable, predictable shipping lead times, quality, things of that nature. They're relatively petite in their footprint given the entire possibility of the industry, but what they do it very well, and on the rare occasion that there's a mistake, they make it good quickly and right away without hassle, and that separates them in terms of customer service, makes them exceptional. If you have any questions on the Danjo 1513 hinge pin style doorstop and a CP finish, it's also available in CP for chrome, a satin nickel, which would be $619, and then an oil rub bronze, which would be $613. Any questions on this or any other Danjo product, please feel free to reach out to us. And thank you.